Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be going over Patient Hodler's video. In this one, he's going to be talking about is the end of the NFT era here. And that's an interesting topic because obviously we're in the middle of a bear market, people are losing money. So obviously it's the end in people's minds when they're not seeing their bank account values go up during the middle of a bear market. So yeah, it's actually interesting. It's a very interesting topic. I think it's obvious that the NFTs haven't even begun, to be honest. The thing is, what people know NFTs as, it may be the end of that. That's my opinion on it. I think that what people know NFTs as may be over with, but what NFTs actually are is not even, it's not even begun. It's not even really established just yet. NFTs were so hyped and so pumped up by everyone that just the name NFT being associated with something that made it insanely valuable. I don't think that people are going to have that type of blind, that type of blind pushing towards NFTs ever again. NFTs are going to have to deliver value for people to actually want to hold NFTs in the future. And that's why I believe that utility is going to be king, because just what something is isn't going to be enough. Even with the current collectors, there's a lot of people who starting to respect this style of collecting on Veve and things like that. But at the end of the day, even when it comes down to, I'm not a collector though, so this is just a personal opinion, but even when it comes down to just collectors and collectors items and stuff like that, yeah, this is the first digital licensed NFTs and things like that. Cool. But at the end of the day, when you have a comic book that survived fires and burnings and things like that, when you have a history behind a comic book, these digital assets don't have that same history. It's a digital version to represent something that actually does have that history, which means that more than likely these NFTs will not hold the same level of significance as the physical counterpart, which means that these NFTs at some point will probably be based more so around utility as well, where utility is going to just be king. That's my opinion on how the space is going to move, which is also part of why I made a decision to actually invest my money elsewhere, invest my money in myself and start making money on my own. So I can basically, I can take less of a gamble, because this is what I actually believe about the space. I've talked about this multiple times. I've had multiple conversations about this here on the channel. So yeah, you all kind of know where my head has been this whole time. But let's actually see what Patient Hodler's thoughts are. And yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. I think this is a very serious topic that should be addressed, but I think this is just the beginning. I don't know what the actual NFT space is going to look like once there's utility, once these things have value that's provable. But let me know. Let me know, how do you all think that that's going to look? But be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let's jump into it, y'all.
Is the era of NFTs officially over? This statement has been made by Jeremy Padua under a tweet that discusses the highest price selling collectible card of Kylian Mbappé, who is player in the French national football team. Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another video, and in this one we are going to discuss whether the era of NFTs is over or has just started. And to take this already away in the beginning, I think that Jeremy Padua also doesn't believe that the era of NFTs is over forever. I think he meant it in a different way, and we are going to discuss about it. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor and not your financial advisor, so please do your own research before you ape full degen into the Veve collectibles, the Ecomi token, or any other investment opportunity in the NFT space, in the crypto space that we are talking about. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider smashing the like button, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think about the era of NFTs maybe ending, or a part of the era of NFTs ending, in the comments below. Also, I want to quickly thank my subscribers that are getting more and more by the day and are bringing me closer to my goal of 3,000 subscribers here. And I want to especially thank my rare hodlers, my Patreons, my channel members for always supporting. As you can read here, we have this tweet, and Jeremy Padua is commenting under this 500,000 NFT sale of collectible cards on the platform So Rare, that it was a great era and that he will never forget it. And obviously we know that Jeremy Padua is working closely with the Veve team, that they have at least been in talks about doing a digital physical pairing of collectibles so that you can buy NFTs on the Veve app and therefore also redeem physicals or vice versa. So this phygital approach that they have been testing on DesignerCon before with the t-shirt, for example. So this is something that makes many people in the community believe that Jeremy Padawer is very, very close to the space, and I believe he still is. And then someone commented below that it's very early to call this an era of the NFTs, and already way too early to call it, with only 1 or 2 years in hindsight, an era that has already ended. So let's discuss this a little bit, because the important question is what he means by an era. And he also brings up the statement that he doesn't think that everything has ended, that there will be a better time and a better place for NFTs. And the reason that he called it an era is that he thinks that the era of just throwing NFTs out there without real utility and
there will be another day for NFTs in general, and it will be far more structured and reliable. Yeah, that's basically what I said. That's like, he said it a lot more, you know, professional, well put together and stuff like that. But that's essentially the same thing that I just said. It's just, at one point in time, it was an era where you could just, anything that was an NFT, it would blow up and sell. Now we're moving towards an era where it's going to actually have to deliver upon what the NFT is selling, what's being sold to you. So if you buy an NFT for utility, the utility is going to have to be good. It's going to be a competition of utility. There's going to be entire utility divisions built around NFTs. Everything is going to have to offer more. That's just the fact of the matter. Because this technology allows for more, there's going to be a lot of different brands out here offering more, which means that if you're the brand that's not offering more, you're the loser. That's just what it comes down to. It does not matter who you are, because what would you rather have? Would you rather have a Woody or Buzz Lightyear NFT just because it's a Woody or Buzz Lightyear NFT, or would you rather have some random NFT, but it comes with a video game, it comes with free flights, it comes with a free hotel stay, it comes like, now I'm not saying that obviously some random IP is going to be the one to get all that type of cool utility, but the fact stands, if you can choose against the most rare NFT on Veve and it does nothing, and the most random idiotic looking NFT over here, but it does 30 different things, all useful, you get 50% off on all your gas that you buy. Like, you get 50% off groceries. It's like, you're not getting anything on Veve at the point where you can get 50% off groceries and gas and things like utility that matters. Once you get utility that matters, that would, you know, this is why Veve needs to be the company to bring forth this type of utility with the IPs and licensors. And the licensors need to understand that this is the world that we're moving into as well. Whoever's going to like somebody's going to bring out the best deals, the best utilities and things like that. And it should be Veve leading that charge. It's very, very important that it is, because that's really going to be the future of this space, in my opinion. So yeah.
Just throwing NFTs out there without real utility and with a lot of scam projects as we've seen them in the last even months, but also years, that this era has ended, and that you can violently just ape into whatever NFT and it's increasing in price, and that almost every doodle punk baby doge whale picture is worth 150 Ethereum or 400 Ethereum. That this era has ended. And I want to put this into perspective, into comparison, because there was also an era in the early stages of the internet, during and before the dot-com bubble, and this era has also ended before the real big burst, the real pump in the internet space.
Excellent
so
point.
This was the era when everyone had a website and a website startup, and this website startup raised money in Silicon Valley, and everyone got millionaire overnight without the real business model. So this led to the dot-com bubble. So there were everything with .com, like world.com, pets.com, travel.com. And most of these companies that were in the .com bubble have not survived that specific era. There was a lot of fraud, and the washout was necessary, and it happened by a huge bubble pop that ripped apart the entire economy of the digital space. The first digital space, the 1D, 2D digital space, the first internet space. And once it was, and it ripped apart the entire economy in the world for a while with it. This washout was absolutely necessary to then bring up the next big run, the next bull run in the internet and digital space. And it brought statements with it that the internet was just a fad, a fading fad that was not to stay around, and so on. So a lot of false statements came with the dot-com bubble, and the people that
That's because people jump into these new technologies and things like that without actually understanding and having a vision. You know somebody that starts making money, you know somebody that's doing well, so you just jump in blindly following whoever that person is. And yeah, it's just people don't understand. So it's easier to hold through it if you know what's coming, which if you've invested in VV and you actually have been here through all the bear market, you either know what's coming or you just can't be bothered, or you're not over leveraged, so it doesn't matter what happens in the first place. Like there's many different ways to go about investing, or you're just passionate about what Vivi is doing. But at the end of the day, yeah, this has been a big bubble, and I think when the NFTs really blow up and they really go to where they're gonna go, it's gonna come down to the utility, and that's why I'm not too quick to jump on any NFT right now. I'm not too quick to jump onto NFTs because utility is going to be king in my opinion. So if I'm not sure certain NFTs are going to have utility, why would I be buying them if I believe that utility is king? And then they're releasing thousands of NFTs. It's like too many, way too many. It's like the 90, like I think 90% of NFTs people are holding on VV is going to be worthless. Well, not worthless, but not something that's going to be life changing. You know, it's going to be like, okay, let's say you bought something for $10. Maybe it goes up to 20, 30 during a bull run. I mean, yeah, that's great returns, but which one? Because a lot of what you hold could not go up at all. It could be seen as worthless because it's not going up, and then it could dump even harder. So if you stack the wrong thing, you know, that could be bad for you. So yeah, it's just so much risk. It's so much risk in certain things, which is why it just made sense for me personally to get rid of all risk. I don't have to care about when utility comes or anything like that. I'll just invest in everything through the Omi token because I know how valuable that's going to be to the project, whether other people understand this or not. So yeah, like I just, you know, I'll invest in the what's it called, ETF. I'll invest in all of it. I'll invest in the entire VV platform as opposed to just individual pieces and gambling with one like one collectible here and there. So yeah.
talked negatively were seen as geniuses in that time, that they were knowing something that everyone else didn't know. People got wrecked in the dot-com bubble, and these people were seen as geniuses that said, yeah, the internet would never work out. The internet is not a big thing, and now everyone is right. Like a Peter Schiff that talks bad about Bitcoin and is right in every bear market, or is seeing himself proved in every bear market of Bitcoin. And I think to go back into the topic, the statement of Jeremy Padua goes back to something similar like what happened in this dot-com bubble. So after the dot-com bubble, there was a year-long bear market for that specific space until all these companies like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, that were not even around during the dot-com bubble times, made the internet even more explosive and even more revenue producing, and made so many self-made millionaires and multi-billion dollar companies, and produced growth in the entire world, and was the mega trend until the years that we have right now. So the internet space is still growing. There are still new companies with new products based on internet coming around that make multi-billion dollar businesses.
And it's interesting. I'm going to end the video here. He seems like he's going to go into a lot, so be sure to check out the rest of the video on his channel. But what's interesting about this is if you really take the time to understand, if you took the time before to understand the vision of the internet, like let's say when the internet first came out, if you could envision websites, if you could envision things like Amazon existing or PayPal or stuff that makes your life easier, like instead of having to buy a car, go to the lot, you could just look online, you could buy it directly from websites, you could get a loan, like all aspects of life you can do it from the, you know, the internet. Imagine if you could have just been that forward thinking at that time, you could have made the right investments to make a shit ton of money. But people aren't forward thinking. People only think about the here and now, especially when money is involved, because you're not trying to hear about the future. You're too worried that the future may never come. But if you actually take that approach right now and you start to think about this technology and realize what values and benefits that it's going to actually bring to the space, bring to the world, and in what ways, that's like it's game changing. You start to realize that this could be massive, and then like once people start thinking in the right ways, they'll start asking the right questions, because the questions that really matter is the stuff that people aren't asking, people don't care about. And one voice asking certain things isn't enough. It does not matter whose voice that is. Me personally, what I care about is, like I said, utility is going to be king. So yeah, you got Ferrari, but at any point in time, is this Ferrari NFT going to be tied to actual physical world Ferraris, where this is going to become the new way that they purchase, vehicles? Now, obviously, they wouldn't be able to answer something like this. It would be contracts, it would be NDAs and all type of stuff. But is that even on your mind, something like that? These NFTs progressing to that level, will Veve ever be the type of company to handle that? Or are you just fully going to be focused on the experience around the digital collectibles, so you're never going to utilize get the most out of what these NFTs could get you? Or is that going to be a different business that gets opened under the Ecomi umbrella, which also in some way uses the OMI token? So it makes sense to separate something like that specifically from Veve, but would that be something that Ecomi potentially wants to take part in the future, using this IP and the fame and all the stuff that's come from having all these licenses? Because with the success of Veve and the Veveverse when it comes out and all of this, you would think that these companies would want to work with a company that they trust, which is Veve. So when it comes down to all these different things and use cases for NFTs, like buying homes, buying cars, you would think that these companies would want to work with something like Veve that's proven. But yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. That's pretty much it. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions, man. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.